So we are unboxing the JETKART 2.0 Universal Hoverboard Attachment. As you see, all the parts are individually bubble wrapped. There is a manual that you can download online, or you can also use the provided
This will be the reverse
manual. So make sure to check the parts are all there before attempting to assemble all of them.
No.
The tools to assemble the jet cart is also provided, and with the manual it will also give you information on which tool to use, as well as the screws and bolts that you will use to be able to assemble the jet cart easily. In this case, I used the manual to assist with the assembly. The manual is small, so I used the phone to make it bigger so I can make sure that I'm looking at the correct instructions. There's also picture in the manual, so it's very easy to just put them together looking at the picture as well. So as per instructions, I did start with the left side of the rear frame, attaching the left handle support so that the hole in the frame and the handle support aligns. You just have to push it a little bit so it attaches firmly. Also make sure that the hole in the frame and the handle support align, and then you will have to use the provided bolts. So the large bolt you have to insert through the top of the aligned holes on one side of the frame, and then you just gently twist a nut onto the end of the bolt. And then you want to make sure that you stabilize the position of the nut with the wrench and tighten the bolt into it using the large Allen key. So these tools are also provided for you, and you have to make sure that bolts and nuts are tight and the handle supports on both sides are secured to the frame. So this step is going to be repeated on the left side as well. It takes just a little bit longer as you are inserting the bolts and nuts, because you have to make sure that you get it to the other hole as well. So just be patient. So I'm showing you the holes that were aligned, and yeah, it's a little bit like hard to place the bolts from under, but as soon as you get that aligned, you should be fine, and then you should be able to lock it in with a nut. So finally I was able to get that bolt in, and then I'm onto the locking part. So there are two Allen keys provided. So basically, as you try to lock it, you have to use one Allen key at the bottom and one at the top. The bottom is to hold it in place, and the one at the top is to lock it in. So now the frame is completed. These are the 4 holes where you will attach the seat. So you want to make sure that the holes are aligned, and then you will insert a small bolt through each set of the aligned holes, and then you gently twist a small nut onto the end of each bolt. You will make sure that you stabilize the position of a nut with a wrench, and you tighten the bolt into it using the small Allen key. You will also repeat the steps to tighten the other 3 bolt nut combos. Also make sure that the bolts and nuts are tight and the seat is secured to the frame. Just make sure not to over tighten it so as not to break the seat. So as soon as you feel that it's already tight, you can then stop and move on to check the next bolt. Just be patient as you try to make sure that it goes in correctly. As you're doing it, you're also trying to make sure that you're holding on at the back to make sure that the holes doesn't leave the alignment. I'd like to do the tightening equally, so I try to tighten one bolt a little bit and then move to the next bolt and onto the other and onto the other, so it it doesn't, so it is level, because sometimes when you tighten one side of the bolt, it could cause the other 3 holes to be lifted up because you're already tightening it. So I just slowly tighten them. So now this is the fully assembled jet cart. What I got on the box, I was lucky because it was already assembled. The wheel was already assembled. You just had to do those 2 steps to get it completed. The manual that's included is also going to show you how to adjust the length for the footrest. So for the footrest, there is the clamp that latches on both sides of the frame, and you just have to twist both knobs to loosen, and you have to press in both pins on the frame at the same time. And while you're pressing in the pins, you slide the front frame forward or backwards until the pins pop into different holes and the frame is suitable for the rider. So basically, if your rider is still short, you can adjust the length, or if your rider is taller, you can also adjust it a little bit longer. So this is the step that's on the manual, which you will also be able to see online. So now we're ready to attach the jet cart to a hoverboard. There is one thing that you need to do. At the bottom, you use the wrench, you loosen the nut on the back of each bracket, supporting the handles by turning it counterclockwise. So again, the jet cart, the package that I got was already semi-assembled. So this is actually ready for the hoverboard to be attached. Everything's there, so you just have to turn it over. Now I'm ready to attach my hoverboard, my JETSON hoverboard. So right now I'm just loosening the Velcro. The Velcro is already attached as well. So just make sure to check on your hoverboard as so you're attaching it correctly. Where the power button is, make sure that it's in the correct spot, and then just adjust the Velcro and make sure to lock it in to keep your hoverboard securely attached to your jet cart. So the process is the same on both sides of the hoverboard. So just making sure it's you wrap the strap under the hoverboard, and there's there's a slot that you can put it up through the slots on the rear of the brackets, and then you have to pull the straps tight and fold the ends of the straps over. You press the Velcro on each folded end of the strap firmly so it's locked in. So here's the completed and assembled JetKart 2.0 with the Jetson hoverboard. Now it's ready to use.